Hi there, and welcome to today's press up. This is really a continuation of the last one, just to show in detail some more stuff about the editor and show you a few more things that you can do with it. My voice still isn't great, so bear with me if I am difficult to hear. I shall try to speak very clearly so that you can hear me. So there was one thing which I touched on during the last press up, which was this little button here, which is paste as text. I just want to recap what that does and why it's useful. So let's say I've copied something either from a word processor document or from another website or just some formatted text that I've copied from somewhere. So we'll highlight this and we'll copy that. And then I want to bring it into a new post, but because it's got some complex formatting and I'd rather give it a bit of a tidy up, so it's nice and tidy and fits in with my theme, then normally I could paste it, and if I paste it, it comes in with the formatting. Now, that formatting might not match my theme, it might have red text, it might have different size text, it just might not be right for my theme, and I might want to simplify the formatting of it. And quick tip, here's an undo button, so I can undo that paste that I did. So what you can do is this button actually toggles paste as text mode. So if I click this and paste now, then all the formatting of what I paste will be stripped out. And if I uncheck that or deselect that option, when I paste, the formatting will go in. So if I paste with that turned off, that happens. Let's undo. If I turn paste as text on, we're now in paste as text mode and all the formatting gets stripped out. So I can then apply my own headings to this and make sure that my list formatting is all correct. So it just lets you tidy up the stuff. Well, it didn't quite work. There we go. Just lets you tidy up the stuff that you've pasted to make sure that it's all nice and clean and nicely formatted. There we go. Now I'm going to show you two other things. One is that we're currently in visual editor mode, which means that we've got a slight amount of what's called WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get. So when I'm creating stuff here, you can actually see a little bit what it's going to look like in the front end, and that's kind of useful. If you know some HTML, then you can actually get to the HTML by clicking on this text tab. So this lets you, it changes the editor and it lets you just put HTML markup in here. I'm not going to talk any more about that. If you know HTML and want to tidy up HTML or put your own HTML inside a post, then you can. One thing to be aware of is that WordPress does sometimes mangle it a bit, particularly if you're a lower level user like a contributor rather than an editor or an administrator. It will sometimes strip out or modify your formatting, so just be careful with what you do there. The other thing that I want to show you is this little button here, which is a new feature in WordPress 4.1, which has only been around for about a month or so. It's called distraction-free writing mode, and if I check this, then all this stuff around the edges disappears. And the idea of this is that I can now just completely focus on what I'm writing. I've got none of the clutter around the edges. I can keep typing away to my heart's content without any of the distractions of the stuff around the edge, the other options for my post. To get them back, all I need to do is move outside the main editor window and it comes back. And as soon as I go back in here and start typing again, everything disappears again. So that's just nice if you're focusing on writing a piece of long content and you want to get rid of all the menus and the options and stuff that WordPress gives you when you're editing. You can turn that mode on, start typing, and away you go. Everything moves out of the way, so you can just focus on what you're writing and what it looks like. And you can turn that mode on and off as well. So I can turn off distraction-free writing, and there we go. One final thing is there is a little set of keyboard shortcuts that you can use. If I click on this, it shows you that you can use Control and Letter, or on a Macintosh Command and a Letter, to do various different things like set headings, levels, do copy and paste, or change to bold or underline or italic, and undo and redo and things like that. So there are some keyboard shortcuts you can use if you're into using the keyboard for moving around and doing things. Great, I'll leave it there for today. Thank you.